Hi everyone, glad to see you again. Today I want to talk about balance to zero. Maybe you already saw this video, but I was telling in Russian, of course. Actually, all battles, all videos, I try to make them informative, so I explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing this. I'm telling about some strategies, some tactics, some mistakes. Yeah, so that will make your game better. I don't know. And now I wanna talk about balance to zero. So first, it will take a couple of minutes. I'll talk about upgrades, about amount, about cost, and then I'll show you the video and I'll explain some of my thoughts. So we have upgrades that it takes 1 day to upgrade, and before balance to zero, before update, it costs about I don't know, maybe 13, 12, 14, 15 thousands of green cash. But now it takes even 19, 20 thousands. I guess I don't know for what it was done, because it's not logic. Look at that. We have an upgrade that takes 2 days, and actually it should cost more than 40,000, but it costs only 30 thousands. And so we have another upgrade, 3 days, and it takes of course for each day of this upgrade it will take more and more, and I don't know for what it was done. Okay, so let's begin with battle. Here is my opponent. We played late night, both we did some mistakes, and I entered into the national chat, so I asked this guy to play in the mode 2vs2, and we met each other in this mode, and he got a pretty weird statistics, a lot of tournament battles, a lot of skirmish battles, and reduced amount of percent of win in PvP battles. So for me, this guy is kinda noob. However, he got a good amount of upgrades, so I hope that almost all guys will act like him in PvP or 2vs2 battles. They will use high Q3. So yeah, Zeus or big amount of hammers, vertex, they will not rush, that's for sure. Very banal battle. This map is new one, so almost all new maps they got water, so probably it's better to upgrade Vikings, alligators. I did a mistake. I put my supply center a bit late. So the map is big, and you can't grab efficiently your containers, and each container contains a few amount of resources, so actually you can't build quick your base. And probably the best you can do is to make some defense, to use some towers, and only then to attack your opponent. So these maps are not about rush. If you wanna rush, probably you'll fail. I'm talking about those players. Oh, I use red boost for supply centers, because now I must put two another supply centers by using a boost for electricity. So you can't build your base fast. Also, we know that Haiku it takes more time to upgrade to level 2, to level 3, so you lose your time. You lose also your resources, you lose possibility to build quickly, I don't know, Jaguars or Vertex or Mass Vertex. I'm going to scout him. Both we have noobs, our teammates are noobs, so this battle will be like battle 1vs2, 1vs1. I recognize that blue one is those guys who got a medal. Green player is going to use Vikings, he'll scout water, he'll grab all containers on the water. Here we see 5 supply centers, I already have 5, and I'm going to build next level of Haiku. So I'm going to use Jaguars, of course. Yep. Shipyard for Vikings, however, no supply centers. I told my teammate to build another 2 supply centers and also to recruit some infantry and then to build a factory for Armadillo. So we already know that almost all maps are pretty big and they have some place for water, so sometimes you're obliged to upgrade a bit your shipyard, your water tower, your naval forces, so it takes a lot of upgrades. Also, kinda all these maps are pretty big, so... oh, Rifleman is glitched. So you can't really grab efficiently your containers, and you can't use your abilities to build very fast your army. So probably, come on, it's already 6 minutes past and there are no Jaguars. So probably it will be kind of difficult to have full common points of Haiku2 on the minutes, I don't know, maybe 6.5, 7, 7.5. Also because of the size of the maps, you can't really remove enough fast all your troops to enemy's base, so your attack will be kinda late. And at this time, at minutes 9, 10, probably your opponent will have a lot of hammers and a lot of resources, and you will fail. Also, he can build some other units like Vertex or Zeus, and it will be impossible to destroy his base and even army by using only Armadillo and infantry. I know that my opponent probably he's strong. Anyway, he's not, but he might be strong, and I'm going to scout him. And here we go. There are 2 Zeus. I have 3 Jaguars, and probably if you are using only Armadillo, it will be already late to use Haiku3 to rebuild your army to use Jaguars, because those time when you'll have maybe 5 Jaguars, your opponent will have maybe even 8, 10 Zeus, and it will be already done with you. I'm telling to my teammate to help me to disturb somehow opponent. Yes, I know there are some bunkers maybe at this moment my opponent is already using, he's already built some other tower, so it will be better that all troops of the opponent will be situated in the south, because of course I'm going to attack at the north. Yep, gold boost. Of course, if you attack before minute 10, for sure your opponent will use gold boost defense. It gives you 3 squares more of length of attack of your buildings, and also amount of damage. So I have 3 Jaguars, my opponent 5 Zeus. I have some snipers, some armadillo that will take damage. Also I use infantry, some grenadiers. Yep, gold boost. These Zeus, they shoot for very long distance, maybe 7.5 squares or even more, so for sure my opponent is using gold boost, but also I'm going to do the same. And for those players who got about, I don't know, maybe 500 upgrades, maybe 450 or more, sooner or later they will understand that there is no other possibility to attack enemy than only by using high Q3. But you must understand that your opponent, for example Confederation, he have 3 possibilities. Or he may use Zeus with torrent, or hammers with torrent, or hammers, only hammers, only vertex, or like Zeus and infantry. A lot of possibilities. So you can't really defend or attack efficiently all types of enemies. To destroy efficiently vertex, you need a lot of porcupine, maybe 6, 7, 8 and even more. To defend efficiently hammers, you need some amount of grenadiers, some amount of armadillos, some amount of jaguars, and to try to keep your army, to keep your tanks far from hammers. Also, there is a possibility that your opponent will use, second opponent also will use some weird tactic, something new like Vikings, or I don't know, even Delta, or maybe Vertex. So it's kind of impossible to rush enemy. You are obliged to use some heavy tanks, or even to play with high Q4. I don't know it's a good idea or not, but before update we had possibility to use a lot of cyclones, for example Cyclone Rush, or we had possibility to build a lot of Jaguars, for example 9 Jaguars at low rank at the minute 9. So yes, of course I have no porcupine. I used all 6 supply centers. I used all my resources to build factories for Jaguars, but those time when I attack, there are kind of few vertex, so I have possibility to destroy my opponent by using only Jaguars and some infantry. And to attack pretty fast, kind of Jaguar Rush or something like that. Also, we had possibility to attack enemy with Vertex plus some other units, or to use a lot of Zeus, or to use Zeus plus Torrent pretty fast. So you had possibility to use some more types of tactics, but now you're obliged to use whole game the same type of unit. So it's impossible to attack without Jaguars, Porcupine, all types of infantry, Armadillo. Maybe some of battles I have possibility to not use Porcupine, but I'm just obliged to use Armadillo and Jaguars. And not all the time I have possibility to destroy even Hammers even by being far from his base, like with no help of infantry and bunkers. So what game gives you after update? Yes, of course, like enemies can't rush you with ships, like can't rush you with alligators. They can't rush you with Vertex or Hawks. They don't use only Vertex and Thor. Also, I don't know, you can't really play only by constructing a huge amount of bunkers, like 5, 10, 15, but in the same time you're obliged to use almost all battles some ships, some planes, to use high Q3, and your battles, they look pretty the same. You are enforced to have a lot of upgrades, to donate more in this game, and also sometimes at the low ranks confederations are still super strong. That's my thoughts, that's only my opinion. I guess I have enough amount of battles, so I know what I'm talking about. Also, this battle is not about super strong enemies. This battle is about the strategy that you are enforced to use, about amount of upgrades that you have to have. Without them, I don't know, sooner or later your enemies will use super strong units like Zeus or Hawks or Chameleon. So you're just obliged to have not only units like Armadillo and infantry, but you're also obliged to have Jaguars and Hawks, or vice versa. You can't use only Jaguars to rush enemy with Jaguars, because you have only one factory of Jaguars and 3 factories of Hammers. Yeah, we have some problems with tactics. Even confederations have some problems. For example, resistance will use some mines and Chameleon, but in the same time I just know that confederations, they had in the past possibility to have fewer amount of upgrades, and same stuff is just now. And also there is a glitch with regions, so developer sucks. Thanks for watching, and I don't know, subscribe for my channel.